Today we will learn a logical volume manager LVM. LVM is one type of partition type. Using the LVM partition, you extend your partition size as per your need and as per your requirement, and you also the reduce of the partition size. So here for that we perform on practicals. Here we create the one partition with 300 MB size and convert this partition to in a first of all a physical volume, and then after convert this physical volume into a volume group, and finally we create the logical volume partitions with specific LV0 LV1 name in this volume group. So here we create one volume group 0, and then we create one LV0 partition in VZ0 in volume group, and we assign the volume group size it's a 300 MB. Okay, and here we create one logical volume partition LV0 with 120 MB size, and then after finally we perform through practical. Here first of all we extend the size of LV0 partition with LV extend command, and then after we reduce the size of LV0 partition with LV reduce command. So here using the LVM partition you can extend your size of partition and reduce also your size of your partitions. Here extended 2 and extended 3 partition has not this capability to extend and to resize, to reduce the size of partition. Only LVM partition has the capability to extend and reduce the size of a partition. For that we perform the practical. So here first of all we understand, we see the current partition information with fdis-l command. So here basically 8 partitions are available. Now finally we create one partition with fdis space /dv/sj command. Press N for create a new partition, then press enter with default cylinder, and then set a size of partition plus 300 MB. Press enter. Finally one partition with 300 MB size are created. 300 MB. Press enter. Press P to see the partition information. So here one partition is created. Now set the type of this SDA9 partition. Press T. Then set a partition number 9. Press enter. Then set the hex code of LVM. Press L and see the information. So here LVM partition hex code is 8E. So press 8E and then press enter. Finally press P and see the information of partition. Press W and save the changes in this. And if you want to get output, run the part prop command. So here using the part prop command you get the partition output without reboot the system. Run the fdis-l command and see the partition information. Okay, now we convert the SDA9 partition to physical volume with PV create command. Then after we convert the PV create command into volume group with VZ create command. VZ create, then type a volume group name VZ0, and then set a path /dev/sda9. So here VZ0 volume group is created. Now finally we create the LV partition with LV create in VZ0. LV create -L, then set a size of partition 120 MB, then set -N for name is LV0, and then set a volume group name VZ0. So here one LV0 partition is created with 120 MB size. Finally we format the partition with mkfs.extended3 partition /dv/vz0/lv0. Here we format the LV0 partition with extended3 file system. Finally we create the one directory data/data, and then we mount the LV0 partition to in data directory. For that we run the following command. Okay, the LV0 partition mount on data directory. We also mount permanently. For that we entry in /etc/f step file. We enter the following line in f step file. /tv/vc0/lv0, set the mount point. Then after where we want to mount /data directory, partition type auto, then set it default 00. Finally save and quit the file and run the mount -o remount /data. So you give an effect after following this command. Okay, here we create one LV0 partition. Run the LV display command and see the output. Here 120 MB LV0 partition is created. You also run df-h command and see the size with MB. Size is not proper display. Now finally we extend the LV0 partition with size of 120 MB. The output 110 to 1130 is also acceptable. For that we run the following command: LV extend, then -capital L, and then size 120. Here we extend the 120 to 180 MB. Then set a path /dev/vc0/lv0. Press the enter. So here logical volume group 0 size is extended. We also run the resize to fs command. The command see on terminal. Press enter. Now run the LV display command and see the LV0 partition size. So here the size is extended from 120 to 180. We also run the df-h command. Now we reduce the LV0 partition size with 180 to 90 MB. Result 70 to 100 is also acceptable. So first of all we unmount the data directory. It's required. Then after run the resize to fs command. Then set a path of LV0 /tv/vc0/lv0. So here we get a error. Also set a size. So here we get an error. So first of all here we run following command: e to fsck-f. Then set the path of LV0, press enter, and then after we run the resize to fs command. Now finally no error are displayed, and then after we run the command LV reduce -L, then size of partitions we want to set 90 M, and then set a path of LV0. Press enter. Press yes. Now finally mount the LV0 partition on data directory with mount command. Run the df-h command. So here size is decreased. Run the LV display command. So here you see the output 92 MB size. Now finally here we see how to extend the size of the LVM partition and how to reduce the size of LVM partition.